Hi, so I thought I'd have a change of scenery, and so we're outside. I'll try different parts of the garden, see which is best. I'm not sure what my mic's going to pick up and what it isn't, so you might get a lot of bird sound, and the hardy-dars are still driving me crazy, so you'll hear a lot of that. What I wanted to speak about today was polyphasic sleep, and there's the hardy-dars. Polyphasic sleep and lucid dreaming. I'm not seeing a lot of people talking about polyphasic sleep anymore, and it had a lot of benefits. There's a whole congregation around here. They just keep going from one to the next, and they talk to each other. It's quite amazing, actually. So polyphasic sleep is actually excellent for... There's a lot of health benefits to it, like reducing blood pressure and stuff. But it actually goes back to a time when people used to actually incorporate this method of sleeping. I don't want to go too much into the history and stuff. I'd rather get into the technical side of it. But why? I suppose why would you do or incorporate polyphasic sleep? Should I rather start with what is polyphasic sleep? It's basically splitting your sleep into segments, so you don't have one solid segment of sleep, like you go to bed at a certain time, you wake up at a certain time, and you slept through that entire period. What you do is you split it up into segments, and you start off with the very simple method, which is called the siesta. So you get your core sleep, and then you have a nap. So you core sleep, wake up for a while, and then you have a nap. There are other methods, more advanced methods, where you can split your day up into 3 sleeps, 3 equal time periods. And then there's the really serious one, which is called the Uberman, which splits it up into 6 equal time periods. So why would you do this? Apart from the health benefits, as I say, it is what people used to use, and a lot of countries still use it. For instance, the siesta sleep. In Spain and such areas, they actually have a siesta in the afternoon, where they go and have a nap, and then they have their core sleep during the night. So it is actually the way we should actually sleep. And another reason is that it reduces the amount of sleep that you actually need, and still remain healthy, remain alert. And the other benefit is, when you do siesta sleep, when you go to bed or you take the nap, either you're going to go for your core sleep or your nap period, you actually tend to fall asleep a lot quicker. So it's great for insomniacs, it's great for people who want to improve their health, and it's also great for people who need more time in the day. For instance, if you take the Uberman, which I wouldn't suggest actually doing because it's a bit extreme, you actually split your sleep into 6 20-minute periods throughout the day. So in total, you only get 2 hours sleep in a 24-hour period, and you just carry on from that basis. So it does give you a lot more time during the day to do a lot more work, and run your business more efficiently, get more done, really. The one I do suggest, though, is the siesta. It's a lot easier to manage, and there's also a lot of scientific evidence behind it. For instance, you should actually sleep between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. That should be a core period sleep. That's when you get the best or the deepest regenerative sleep. So that's your deep sleep period. So you should go to bed at 10 a.m. and wake up. Well, you don't have to wake up at 2 a.m., but that's the period where you should be getting your regenerative deep sleep, and that's the sleep that we all need in order to regenerate mentally, physically, emotionally. So if you take that period as your core sleep, and then you can take the early morning as your nap period. Now, this works in 90-minute cycles, which is this circadian rhythm. So every 90 minutes, there's a new circadian rhythm that starts, or a cycle. So what you can do is you can either split the core sleep into 3 hours, 4.5 hours, or 6 hours. 4.5 or 6 hours are optimal. So if you take the period from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., that's a 4-hour period. So if you sleep from 10 a.m. to 2:30 a.m., 10 p.m. to 2:30 a.m., then you've had a 4.5 hour core sleep, and that's during your whole period where you should be getting your deep regenerative sleep. And then you can wake up maybe for an hour or two, and then go back to bed and have another 90-minute nap. And that nap is best done early in the morning, before the sun comes up. So if you can set your alarm to wake up after that 90-minute period, as the sun is starting to rise, you hit that whole melatonin and serotonin levels, the way they change with the sun going up and down. That's the best period to actually have that 90-minute nap. So that's what I would suggest if you want to try polyphasic sleep. Do some research about it. I'll probably add some more on this channel about polyphasic sleep, because I do find it very interesting. At the moment, I'm not able to do it because my circumstances are just forcing me to go to bed at different times each night. But come I would say the 1st of December, because things are changing then, but I'll probably only start it in the new year, because I'm going on holiday, so that's going to bugger everything up as well. So in the new year, I'm going to start with this practice again. When I've done it in the past, I felt so much better, more alert during the day. I don't have those periods in the afternoon where I just, even if I've had 8-9 hours sleep, I can't keep my eyes open. So I don't get those drowsiness that comes halfway through the day. And also, when I go to bed, I can actually fall asleep very quickly. Within 5-10 minutes, I'm out. But if you want to try it, then give it a bash. As I say, you can either choose to do a 6-hour sleep or a 7.5 hour sleep. So choose your core sleep, which is 4.5 hours from 10 a.m. to 2:30 or 10 p.m. Keep getting that wrong. 10 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. And then get up for 2 hours, maybe go to bed at 4:30 again and wake up at 6. Or you can get a 6-hour core sleep, so maybe go to bed at 9 o'clock, wake up at 3 a.m. So go to bed at 9 p.m, wake up at 3 a.m, get up for an hour and a half, and go back to bed at 4:30 and wake up at 6. Shift it around, whatever time you prefer to wake up. I actually like to wake up at 5 a.m. myself. It's that time when the sun's still not up and everybody's still asleep, and it's just so peaceful and quiet. But you need to choose your own times. Now, what I also want to bring into this conversation is lucid dreaming. If you're interested in lucid dreaming and it's something you've been wanting to do, this actually helps a great deal. During that 1.5 hour nap early in the morning, you dream like crazy. I'm not much of a dreamer. I do dream, obviously everybody dreams, but I have difficulty actually remember it. Yes. Thank you very much for your input. I have difficulty remembering my dreams after I've woken up. But when I have that hour and a half nap early in the morning, I dream like you could not believe. And I wake up and they're vivid dreams. They're extremely lucid. So if you want to get into lucid dreaming, this is a good way to do it. And if you want to take it a step further and start waking up in your dreams, it helps a great deal. The first time I actually realized that I'd woken up in my dream was an actual astral projection. I found myself in the kitchen, and I wanted to see if I'm still sleeping. I was alert in this dream. So I actually flew down the passage into the bedroom and saw myself lying on the bed. Just spontaneously happened, and it didn't try and consciously astral project. It just happened while I was doing this polyphasic sleeping and starting to lucid dream, and it kicked in. And what I find now is if I do polyphasic sleeping, and I have that hour and a half nap in the morning, when I am in a lucid dream state, I can wake up very easily. I realize that I'm dreaming. You have a conscious, I wouldn't say recollection, what's the word? I just basically know that I'm dreaming. I'm alert. And the last time this actually happened, I decided, let me just see if I can float off the ground. So I started actually floating up off the ground, and I could turn around in the air, I could fly a bit, and it was all conscious. I consciously had control of what I was doing in the dream. And I think that's the main key to actually lucid dreaming, is becoming conscious. So through this, you don't have to go through the whole process of, there's things like when you're in your dream, look at your hands. The longer you look at your hand, it starts to change shape, or you get more fingers or less fingers, and then it's like a trigger that you're then dreaming, and then you become awake and alert within your dream, and you start controlling your dream. I just found this method a lot easier, because it's a lot easier to get into the lucid dreaming state through that nap, and then you can obviously take it from there and start developing it and actually become conscious in your dream, and then you can fly away to wherever you want to go, and actually control your dreaming. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today. Very useful methods, and something you might want to try, just to improve your health, to improve your day, to help you with lucid dreaming if that's what you're interested in. And that's it. Thanks. Cheers.